Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For anyone that's new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading is going to be looking into the topic, what is their next action? Blunt AF. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is taking a look at what your person of interest's next potential action or energy will be with regard to this relationship. So this is good for any of you guys that are just kind of curious to know what someone's next move is, what you can potentially anticipate. Definitely good if you're in a little bit of a confusing situation and you're needing a little bit of clarity. Let's get into a couple of disclaimers. First and foremost, guys, with these blunt AF readings, my goal and intention is to give you guys the truth of what I see. Positive, negative, neutral, indifferent. I do believe that it's in your highest good if I do not sugarcoat messages. So if I'm seeing something that's rainbows and sunshine, I'm definitely going to tell you that. But if I'm seeing something that's a little more nuanced and maybe it's got like some news within the message that you may not potentially want to hear, I am still going to go ahead and deliver that to you as honestly as I can. So if you are at all sensitive about this person and you're not open to receiving messages that could go either way, I would recommend that maybe you click off the video. This may not be the best fit for you right now. Some other disclaimers here. This is a general reading, so please keep in mind that some messages will resonate with you specifically while others may not. As I always say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If something's feeling really confusing and it's not resonating with your personal situation, then it's probably a message for someone else. Please don't get upset if something in a general YouTube reading isn't super specific to your personal situation. If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do that will be linked in the description box. Personal readings are always a better way to get a more accurate read on your own energy. And finally, guys, and probably the most important disclaimer, with any of these sort of prediction style readings where we're looking at what the next move is, what's coming in the future, just keep in mind that energy is always changing, and because of this, the future is not set in stone. So what I'm really having access to in today's reading is what's ahead with regard to this person's actions or intentions for action based off what their current energy is. But this can change depending on the choices and decisions and free will of yourself, the viewer, as well as this person. So just keep in mind that you may not be bound or tied. You shouldn't be bound or tied to anything that a prediction reading is saying, nor should you get too attached to something that it's saying, because it can also change depending on free will. So now that we've gotten all the disclaimers out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our group selection. We're going to be working with 3 different groups today, 3 piles. Starting on the left, we are working with the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and the crystal that we're working with is some Spirit Quartz. For deck number 2, group 2, we're working with the Artist's Inner Vision Tarot and some Rose Quartz. And then for group number 3, pile 3, is going to be the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot with some Honey Calcite. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person and their next action toward you. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box where you'll locate the timestamp that will take you to your chosen group. See you there. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys picked out the Spirit Quartz with the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, this is going to be your reading. We're looking into your person's next action toward you. Keeping in mind, if you guys missed the disclaimers in the intro, that, energy is always changing and the future is not set in stone. So what we're looking at today is kind of a snapshot of where things might be headed based off of the current energy. But this can change depending on free will of yourself and your person. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to just kick things off by channeling their current position with regard to this connection. Where do they stand in terms of their actions for pile 1? I'm feeling really relaxed right now. I don't know if that's significant to this person, but I just started feeling really calm and peaceful. Okay. Cloud 9, where do they stand for pile 1? Ooh, okay. That's why I was feeling so calm. Okay, so where do they stand right now? So I'm definitely feeling that this person is feeling very good about this connection. For some of you all, you guys may actually have a very calming effect on this person, because as soon as I started channeling, like I mentioned, I started to get this really calm, relaxed feeling. And I think this is a good sign, because sometimes when we get butterflies over a connection, that's actually our anxiety trying to cue us that something is a little bit off. Okay. So this person, as far as what I can feel right now, they feel very good. They feel very warm being in your presence with this honeymoon phase coming up here at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you guys are sort of like in the early stages of dating. That's kind of what it feels like here, because we do have casual dating coming through. So I definitely feel that this person, as of right now, they are wanting to continue getting to know you on a little bit of a deeper level through going on some of these more casual sort of dates. With Cloud 9 coming up here, I do feel that this person is in this energy of feeling like they could potentially have everything that they want with this relationship, which is beautiful. Cloud 9 is making me feel like, oh, I'm getting all of my wishes fulfilled. Like I'm on Cloud 9, feeling really happy and just like really just content, satisfied with where things are going. So casual dating is coming up here, but we do have the honeymoon phase at the bottom. I think this is just to confirm that where they are right now is more like in the early stages of dating. But casual dating is actually a really good place for us to start off when it comes to action specifically, because that is actually showing like a substantive action. So we're going to see, because of course these readings can be very nuanced. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by, let's get some tarot cards. So for pile 1, what is their person's next action? So we have the Hermit card. So maybe they've been kind of keeping some of this to themselves. Let's see. Pile 1, what's their person's next actions with regard to the connection with pile 1? We have the 10 of Swords. Okay. And then we have the 6 of Wands. Our bottom of the deck, we have the Seeker of Challenges reversed. So this is the Knight of Wands. I'm going to pull some chakra cards, or one chakra card. Please hold. Next action, please, Spirit, for pile number 1 and their person. I think this person could be feeling really relaxed right now, because I definitely think that they have this feeling about you, right? But like, in terms of their next action, I'm wondering if the calm feeling is coming from a period of introspection that's coming up for them about this relationship. So look at this. We have chakra balance, unity. The only illusion is separation. So this is sort of talking about like how no matter what the status of this relationship is, your person is always feeling connected to you. Separation is only an illusion. And I do feel you guys are probably coming to this reading because you're wanting to know what's going on, But it definitely seems like this Hermit card that maybe there is a period of separation, or it could be an upcoming period of separation here. But let's pull some of these, and then I'll kind of get into the full vibe. And if you guys like to fast forward through the shuffling, go ahead and do so. But let's clarify, please, this Hermit energy for pile 1. What's their next action? Their person's next action, please. Okay, yes. Okay, clarifying the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I was going to say, like, there has to be something happening here, like with this warm, relaxed feeling that I was getting, and just like that honeymoon stage. Like, come on. Oh, okay. All right. So there is some nuance to this reading, you guys. Let's kind of talk it through. So I definitely feel like your person is certainly like wanting or intending to make some sort of proposal to you. So I think they're wanting to ask you out. They may, for some of you guys, there could be an energy of wanting to go from casual dating to like this honeymoon phase, like kind of taking things to the next level. So everyone watching this is going to be on different stages of their connection probably. So whatever is like the current status of your connection, I feel that your person is kind of coming up in the future here. They're going to be going within and doing a lot of self-reflection on like what they want the next step to be. Okay. Things moving to the next level. I think that your person is wanting to be sure that they are going about this in a really wise and self-aware way, because the Hermit is definitely, it talks about kind of going within and seeking wisdom, kind of tapping into your own inner light and your own inner knowing so that when you reemerge from this hermit mode, you feel like you've reflected enough to make the most informed and wise decision, right? So I feel like the time of them kind of maybe separating or being more to themselves is not necessarily a bad thing, because it's their way of making sure that they're going about this the right way. It definitely feels like this is someone that feels a lot of respect for you, and they're wanting to make sure that they don't mess it up, okay? I think that your person may struggle with a little bit of like overthinking, or maybe they have dealt with anxieties around this connection in the past. Like, I still keep feeling this very relaxed feeling from them. Like, I'm not getting a lot of anxiety, but I'm wondering if like you guys sort of bring them a bit of peace. And I'm also wondering if when they finally kind of roll the dice and like take a chance, and they may see that you're actually like open to connecting with them, that's when this sort of relief feeling that I'm feeling is going to come for them. But I definitely feel that they may struggle with overthinking things, really getting in their head about what they want to do, because there is for them a little bit of this element of risk involved here. Like, there's an element here of having to like roll the dice, or having to like take a chance if they want to experience going to the next level with you, okay? And there is something here that is on this person's mind that could be preoccupying them or making them feel like the next step is going to be risky. So for some of you, this could have to do with some sort of like a conflict energy that you guys have going on, that they're afraid to reach out. For others of you, I think that they may have gone through tough times recently, or they're closing out kind of a tougher cycle just in their own personal life. That has maybe mentally exhausted them. And so when it comes to like taking a risk on dating and relationships, they may just be a little bit cautious right now. But there's definitely like this wanting to like take a chance and try to like take this situation to the next level. Like, so going from friends to asking you on a date, or going from casual dating to like being in a committed relationship. Like, there's an escalation here that this person is wanting to take a chance on. And you know, we do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So I think this is a person that is, again, trying to go about this in a very calm and less impulsive way. You know, they're wanting to really make sure that they are collecting their thoughts, getting clear about how they're thinking and feeling about things before they just like rush into something and make a decision that's hasty, okay? Now, we also have the Six of Spells here, and this is clarified by the Frigid card. So there's definitely something here with this person, and maybe this is where this risk energy is coming into play with the Ten of Swords, where there is an energy of them maybe feeling as though it's a couple things I'm getting. For some of you guys, there could be a vibe that they're getting that like maybe you wouldn't be interested in them. Maybe they're perceiving you as being like frigid. I think for some of you guys, this person may be fearful as well that you have a lot of attention on you, that you're someone that gets a lot of attention from like people. And I think that this could be something that kind of makes them feel a little closed off, you know? Yeah, so for some of you, it could be referring to a conflict, and maybe this is how they're perceiving you. But with that Six of Wands, it just really makes me feel like a lot of you guys viewing pile one might be like, in their eyes, maybe you're highly sought after, you attract a lot of attention, and this makes them feel a little bit uncomfortable. It kind of makes them shrink up inside. I'm getting like a little bit of a jealousy vibe from that. That's not typically how I would read this card, but with the combination together, it just seems right. You guys also did have the Puppet Master coming up at the bottom. So this is all about needing to be in control. This also talks about needing to assert yourself. So this person, I think, underneath it all, I do feel like there is a tad bit of like anxiousness here. So even though, again, I'm feeling relaxed, just with some of like the Ten of Swords and like this card of needing to feel like they're the one in control of how things are going, I really feel like this is coming from someone who's trying to protect themselves. You know, I think that there is a little bit of an iciness or a fear in their heart space of just like letting their guard down, you know, and taking a chance. And so they just want to feel like they're the ones like in control of not only like themselves, but this situation and like how things are going. And so when other people have their eyes on you, this may make them feel like they're not in control. They can't control other people. You know what I mean? But I definitely think, again, here, like with the Six of Wands, this also traditionally talks about taking action, taking the lead on something. So I definitely see here that we have, in terms of actions, a period of self-reflection, a period of deciding how we're going to go about things here. And then ultimately with the Six of Wands, the action of taking action, taking the lead, right, on where they're going to take this connection. So let's go into next. We're going to go into the status deck, and then we'll close it out with some advice. So let's see, what other information does pile 1 need to know about their person's next action with regard to this connection? I love this deck because it's like nuanced. You know, there's really good messages in here. There's also some not so good ones. And I think it's going to add a little more context to what's happening here. So for pile number 1, what's their next action? What's their person's next action with regard to their connection? We have spiritual connection. There's a strong bond with you and this person. And this is exactly why we have the only illusion is separation, because this person is still feeling connected to you even when you guys are not connected. This one wanted to fly out. We do have true love. So I'm like smiling so big right now because I just love when the messages are positive, you guys. You know, it just makes me really happy. Let's see. Let's get one more. We also have romance. Your emotional needs will be met with this connection. So yeah, I would definitely say this person definitely has romance on their mind. There is love in this connection. There is a spiritual connection. They do know that their romantic needs will be met, okay? However, we do have this card at the bottom, expect drama. So like with that 6 of Wands coming up with like that spotlight, fear energy, and then like the puppet master, I do think that your person may still have a little bit of growing up to do emotionally here with that, you know, emotionally immature. And again, I do still feel like they have a little bit of some blockages around their heart space. And this is probably just coming from stuff that they've experienced in the past, although everyone's situation's different. It could be personal to you, but it just kind of feels like they're a little bit guarded, okay? And maybe just a little bit fearful, right? That like, if you guys did resonate with this message of like, maybe you guys get a lot of attention from, you know, a lot of different people, this person might just be a little fearful that that is going to cause drama for them, because I think it might make them feel just a little bit insecure, okay? So we are going to close out your reading, group 1, by pulling some advice for you with this love deck. So let's just see for group number 1, what message of advice, guidance, or reassurance do they need to be mindful of as they navigate their connection with their person? We have obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So that makes a lot of sense. Again, that's kind of what I've been picking up on here, is that this person may just have a lot of unhealed wounds. So I don't even necessarily see that forward movement is blocked, like this card is like specifically saying. That could be the case for some of you, because again, we have action here with the 6 of Wands, and we do have someone that's really thinking a lot about taking actual action here, you know. It's definitely within their energy that they're contemplating this right now. So I don't think it's that forward movement is necessarily totally obstructed here, but it is going to be maybe a little on the slower side for some of you, because I think it's going to take this person a little bit of time to kind of like open up and start to feel more like comfortable with this relationship. And I don't think it really has anything to do with you. I really think it's more to do with what they're healing from within themselves. We actually have rejection as divine protection at the bottom, but leap of faith under that. So it's like, there is, I think, something here for you guys around like, take the leap of faith if and when this person comes forward, because it definitely feels like the intent here is positive. Again, it's a general reading. So if you guys are watching this and your person's been treating you like crap, then obviously you know that that is different for you. But what the energy I'm picking up on here feels just like someone who is a little scared. You know, it doesn't feel sinister or anything like that. But if things are not like taking off as fast as you would like, look at it as divine protection. And I know like we all hate that saying because it's just like so cliche. It's not really personal, you know. It's just whatever is going on with this person is making things move and progress maybe a little slower than you would like. So group 1, I would say this looks overall pretty positive. I hope that it was able to give you the insight and guidance that you need into your situation. Please drop me a comment down below. Let me know how it's resonating. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new videos, and I do look forward to catching you in a new reading soon. Bye! Hey, pile number 2, if you guys picked out the Rose Quartz Palm Stone with the Artist Inner Vision Tarot, this is going to be your reading. We're looking into your person's next action. So just, if you guys did miss the disclaimers in the beginning of my video, please just keep in mind with prediction style readings like this, that energy is always changing. The future is not set in stone because you and this person both have free will. So what I'm going to be getting insight for you on today is what their next action is based off of today's current energy that you're viewing the video on. But keep in mind that that can totally change depending on what each of you guys decide you're going to do. So let's just go ahead and start off and see where does this person currently stand with regard to this relationship. Okay, so both of those are flying out. So we have anticipation and the real deal. Okay. We also have autumn here. So the season of autumn or fall could be significant to this connection in terms of where they stand. Maybe this is going to be kind of the season where action is going to become a little bit more relevant to this relationship. And that would make a lot of sense because I believe when I'm up, so I'm pre-recording this, but it'll probably be posted sometime in the month of September. Which would fall, well, where I live, that's getting into fall season. Autumn is going to be different depending on where you live in the world, right? But, with anticipation, it is kind of making me feel like they're waiting for a certain time, if that makes sense. So anyway, that was like a full tangent. But something else I'm guided to say, though, with autumn is that, in terms of action, I definitely feel that there is a change that is coming for this connection. And, the autumn season, we want to kind of think of as a transition season because typically what we see here is that, the green leaves start to change colors and then they die off and then we go into hibernation for winter and then things are reborn fresh and new in the spring. So it does feel like there's an undertone of change happening for this connection in terms of this person's actions. Now, it almost looks to me like this person, for some of you, this person may actually want to propose to you because we have the real deal here. And this is like a marriage proposal coming through. So that could be significant to some of you guys viewing this video. And maybe there's this feeling of anticipation of waiting for the right time, wanting the right moment, being really excited about taking this to the next level. But if it's not specifically having to do with a marriage proposal, I do feel like this person is excitedly waiting for some sort of big thing to happen in this connection. So it'll be interesting to see if the waiting is more about them planning something that they're going to do, or if the waiting is more about them waiting for you to do something. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it with the tarot next. We're working with the Artist Inner Vision Tarot. And for you guys, I'm actually not going to take reversals because I think it's easier for me to interpret this deck in the upright. So let's just kind of see for group number 2, what is their person's next actions as it pertains to this relationship, clarifying our current energy. So we have the Prince of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. Okay. Your person's very logical and practical. And then we have the Four of Coins, which is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands. So interesting. I think this person, it seems like in terms of actions, things are going to be a little slow. Got to be honest with you guys, which makes sense with that anticipation card. I do believe with this Queen of Wands, this could be the way that they are perceiving you. And the Queen of Wands would be someone that is just very different energy from what I'm seeing here. The Queen of Wands. So what I would say is this. I definitely think that your person sees you as being very attractive and magnetic. They really like your energy. They're very physically attracted to you. They see you as being very powerful, very empowered in your own power, owning it, I'm almost kind of getting to with this queen that look at her, look at the look on her face. She's almost ugh, how dare you? She's worried kind of in a way, or offended. So I don't know if this is your person is maybe perceiving you guys as being really worried about something with this relationship, or maybe offended by them. Maybe their slowness offends you because like this is the type of energy of a person who's like a go-getter. And this is very slow, practical energy that I'm seeing here with your person. I'm getting from The Devil Wears Prada, Miranda Priestley, where she's like, please, she's like, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. So maybe they know that you're kind of like, some of you guys may be getting a bit impatient with their slowness. But let's see. Let's get a chakra card for their next action. Okay, so we have solar plexus. Shine. You're made up of stardust, so keep sparkling. Yeah, I think a part of like this person's process right now is very much about like trying to muster up the confidence to do something. And, you know, solar plexus energy is very much about like, you know, standing in their power, being confident enough to stand out. I also think just like being confident enough to offer you something. I think this person really sees you guys as very high caliber, like high value. And I think a lot of that, you know, it's a good thing because it shows that this person does have respect for you, at least based off what I'm seeing so far. But I think that like because they may put you up on a pedestal, this is sort of why they see you as the real deal, right? So this is why we have such slow moving energy here. So let's get some clarifiers and then we'll kind of get into the full vibe. Clarifying the Prince of Coins, please. What's their person's next action? So we have rocking it. Okay. Clarifying this King of Swords. We have game face and clarifying. Ooh. Okay. Clarifying the Four of Coins. Their next action. Ooh, what? Okay. Okay, so we do have friendship at the bottom. I'm getting really excited, you guys, because both pile one and you guys is kind of like good vibes, you know? So yeah, so we do have friendship at the bottom. So I definitely feel like this is already maybe a person where you guys have like a good friendship together, or they definitely see you as a friend and like as someone that's like a solid, stable fixture in their life. And we do have always there no matter what. So I definitely feel like this is a person that feels like very reliable, you know, like they want to be that reliable, dependable person in your life. And they probably see you as this as well, like vice versa. For some reason, I just feel like they think you guys are a little dramatic, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's like, I just keep like really laughing at this like expression on her face. So in terms of the actions, guys, in terms of like progress itself, like the one like decisive action card that we have on this whole spread is the Prince of Coins, okay? This is going to be like our slowest night in the entire tarot, okay? So this person, in terms of actions, it's like I feel like they're actually wanting to do, like they would want something more tangible and practical with you. And so again, because they see you as being this like real deal, like someone that they could actually really see themselves like settling down with, they see you as someone that they would be more serious with. There's this element of them wanting to do things the right way, you know, wanting to take things slow and make sure they're doing it the right way. And with the King of Swords being here, clarified by the game face, it's like they actually take this very seriously, you know? So I feel inclined to say that if you guys like have been feeling like this person's moving slow and it's because like they're giving you the runaround or they're not taking it seriously, they do take it seriously. With the King of Swords, like they're trying to, they're kind of going about this more like detached from their emotion and wanting to make sure that they are, again, doing things the right way. I'm really being drawn to these scales here, the justice scales, you know, so this is very fair, balanced, Libra energy. Some of them could be Libra. We have a lot of Earth here on the board too. But there's this element of them wanting to, you know, think logically about this, do it the right way. You know, this is also commitment energy too with those Libra scales. I think of, when I think of Libra, I think of commitment, you know, so they take it seriously. Now the problem here with this is that potentially with the game face, like this can also talk about like competition, the look, in it to win it, right? So there could be something here about them, what am I trying to say? For some of you guys, they just might have like a little bit of a competitive energy. So like maybe they're looking at it in terms of like this could be a blockage in a sense, because it's like if they're looking at you as like a prize to be won and they feel that you're this really valuable prize, then they're going to be very careful to do things very slow and diligent. And it's like all coming from good intentions, I feel, you guys. Like they're really wanting to do this the right way. But because they see you as so high value, I think there's like a fear of messing it up, which is what's driving the slowness here. Okay, I know that took a while for me to get that out, but that's what I feel. With rocking it coming up here, I also think, again, this is a driving force behind why they want to take it slow. Because, again, this person is still working on coming into their own confidence, right? Learning how to be confident, learning how to be comfortable with being themselves. And I do think that this person is slowly starting to feel more comfortable with showing their authentic selves with you. But it just may take them a while to get to that point, because I do see them as being a little bit kind of hesitant to fully open up. You know, they're still kind of guarding their heart space a little bit, which we'll get to that in a second. But there's also something here about concerts. So I have to point that out, because maybe you and this person have music in common. And so there could be something about like maybe you guys going to a concert together coming up here, or maybe just like if music isn't a thing to your connection, there could be something here about you guys maybe potentially just doing hobbies and interests that you guys enjoy together as friends, taking it slow and just kind of seeing how things evolve. Now, this person with the 4 of coins, again, I think that they are a little bit like, because what I don't see here is a lot of cups, right? And so when we're talking about like love and relationships, we do kind of want to see cups sometimes, because that indicates that we have feelings and emotion towards something. I'm not saying this person doesn't have feelings and emotion, because they clearly do. But the 4 of coins, like this is kind of a closed off card where we are a little bit nervous to fully open up and expose our heart to someone. However, there is this desire here of wanting to make a bolder move and be proactive in this relationship. There is a desire here to take steps and make things happen in this relationship. But I think it's just taking this person a little while to kind of fully let their guard down and open themselves up to giving and receiving love in that pure, open way. I also think for some of you guys, this person with the 4 of coins may feel a little possessive over you as well. So there could be this energy, of course, of like, them being a little fearful that someone else could potentially take you away because they want you to themselves. You see how she's kind of like holding on to this coin here for herself? Like they see you as that coin they want to hold on to. So, yeah, so let's see. We're going to go into next the status deck. But yeah, I definitely feel in terms of action, like they're wanting to make progress here, but it's with this person, it feels like it's going to be very slow and it's going to be very like well thought out. And I think, again, it's coming from good intent, but it's also maybe serving as a little bit of a blockage here. So if you guys are at this reading, you're probably already aware of that. So let's see. For pile number 2, what is this person's next action with regard to their connection with my pile 2 viewers? Clarifying energies. We have dating, so we have open to love, getting to know people, not committed to just one person, okay? So they're definitely interested in dating you. Going on dates is very important here. We also have bad. You won't get my heart, but I can work miracles. See, that's exactly what I'm getting from this person. They're very detached from the heart with that King of Swords and the 4 of coins, right? But I think that this is a person that's wanting to do things for you. Like they want to do nice things for you. They want to maybe give you a gift. They want to be of support to you, right? I was getting that here with the friendship card. Always there no matter what. They want to show that support to you. But this person right now, at least coming into the near future, I think it's going to be a little bit of time before they feel totally comfortable to let their guard down fully with you. Let's get one more. And this could be why we just have the dating card here, which is sort of about like just opening themselves up to love and getting to know people. We also have confessions. It's about to get real. Ooh, okay. So this person may be wanting to talk to you about something. I wasn't getting a lot of like communication energy here. But there's definitely something here about them wanting to tell you something. So definitely look out for that. So pile 2, I'm going to close this out by pulling a card of advice for you with regard to this relationship with your person. So let's just see what you guys need to either know as advice, reassurance, or guidance as you continue to connect with your person. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Okay. So there's something here that I think you guys are going to need to try to get on the same page about. And maybe this is about, like, maybe this is what this person is wanting to talk with you about, right? Because this is sort of about not having the same idea or vision about, like, where this connection should go. It's interesting, though, because this person feels like they seem very serious about you. So you guys have to let me know, like, are you maybe more casual than them when it comes to this relationship? Because there's some sort of an imbalance here where, like, the fact that you guys aren't completely aligned on something could be getting in the way. And it may not be necessarily about the vision of this connection. It could be about something else in life, so something that's fundamental, like maybe different belief systems, different values, something like that, where you guys need to try to get on the same page if you can. We also have spiritual lesson. So this is a person that is teaching you a spiritual lesson, which is really important. So even, like, no matter what happens, there's something that you guys are learning from this person. So if you're getting frustrated with the situation, I'm guided to just tell you to, I know this is probably really annoying, but I'm guided to tell you to just look for the lesson. What are you learning about this? And sometimes that can help to bring a little bit of a reassurance and self-awareness that it's not all in vain. There is a purpose behind what you're going through. So pile 2, I am going to go ahead and close it out there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how this resonated with you and what's going on with this person. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware when I'm uploading new content. And I look forward to seeing you in a new video really soon. Bye. Hey pile 3, if you guys picked out the Pre-Raphaelite tarot with this beautiful honey calcite, one of my favorite crystals, this is going to be your reading. We're looking into your person's next action toward this connection. And if you guys did miss the disclaimer, just keep in mind that with, you know, these prediction style readings, energy is always changing. The future is not set in stone. So what we're going to have access to today is what the next actions are based off the current energy. But keep in mind that you and this person have free will. So the outcome changes depending on what action someone's taking, you know, whatever they decide to do after you guys watch this reading. So I'm going to start off pile number 3 by channeling their current energy and where they stand with regard to this relationship, and then we'll move into some other cards. So for pile 3, where does their person stand with regard to actions in this connection? So we do have partnership, and we have autumn. We do have erotic activation at the bottom, so there is definitely passionate, or there are definitely passionate feelings this person holds for you. But in terms of where they stand, so the fall or autumn season may be significant to this connection, and so I'm probably going to be uploading this video in the month of September. So where I live, we will be beginning to transition into the autumn season. But, you know, depending on where you live in the world, autumn comes at different times. I'm sure you guys know that. But this could be a time-based message for some of you. I think that this person is really desiring companionship from you. They are desiring partnership. I do believe that there is love here. And I do think that this person is maybe working on, you know, opening up their heart, but also like maybe wanting to ground this connection in reality as well, if it's not already. I'm just being drawn to like the red and the green, which are making me think of like root chakra and heart chakra. But there's definitely here a change. You know, this came up in pile 2's reading as well. So when I see the autumn season here, it makes me think of something that's changing in this relationship. And it may be a slow change. So the action coming may be slow. But there's something changing. So So let's pull some tarot cards here for pile 3. Let's see. What is their person's next action with regard to this connection? For pile 3. King of Wands. 10 of Wands reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. And, ooh, bottom of the deck, the Sun card in reverse. Okay, let's grab some of these chakra cards next. What is their next action? We have the crown chakra. Meditation to see more clearly, close your eyes. That's interesting that that message of seeing clearly is coming up here, because you guys have 2 cards in reverse that would indicate a lack of clarity. So I'm kind of already feeling like your person, I do think that they want to take action with this King of Wands, but I think that there's something here that they're not feeling totally clear on right now. So let's take a look. I'm going to clarify here, and then we'll get into the interpretation of the spread. What is this person's next action with regard to my pile number 3 viewers? Okay, so we have frigid. We have try me. We have cool with whatever. Okay. All right. So their next action. What I see, you guys, now that we have more context here, I know that I was talking a lot about like opening up the heart and things like that here. I still feel like that could be something that this person needs to work on, because what I'm feeling here is a person who might be holding a little bit of a grudge, you know, and somebody who is kind of, you know, for lack of a better word, frigid or cold, icy with regard to this connection. This now makes more sense with the autumn card, because with autumn, you know, this is when we are transitioning into the winter time. This is when something is changing and it's cooling down. So what I feel their next action is something about this relationship is cooling down. Okay, even though there is this desire for partnership, it's cooling down. Now, this person is needing clarity on something. And so this could be why we may be coming into a period of time where you and this person may be on a little bit icier terms here. We have the Sun reversed and the Ace of Swords reversed, right? So with the Sun card reversed, I feel that this person is a bit disappointed or disheartened with something. It definitely does kind of feel like they have something against you, pile 3, like, but it is possible that they're just disappointed with their life in general and it has like nothing to do with you. But just because we have so many of these other cards that are sort of indicating like a very lax, kind of chilly energy towards this situation, it is making me feel like there could be something specific to your partnership that this person is upset about. But yeah, the Sun reversed is kind of like a person that's not really in the best space. They're confused, or they're depressed about something, or they're disappointed. Just they don't seem to have the most optimistic outlook on this situation right now for whatever reason. So with the King of Wands coming up here, I think that this person, in terms of their action, is trying to focus on their own independence right now. I'm feeling a little bit of ego coming through with this card. And I'm also noticing here how he has his hand up. You know, it's almost like to say, it doesn't feel welcoming to me. And maybe that's just because the energy that I'm feeling from all the other cards. But I think that this person is prideful maybe a little bit right now. And they are focusing on their own confidence. You guys did pick the, you know, the yellow crystal, which is great for solar plexus, which does have to do with confident energy, right? But I just keep feeling like this person's ego is a little bruised right now for some reason. And so like the energy here is going to be very cold. This is talking about cold personality, cold-hearted, getting iced out, not happy, and a situation needs time to thaw. So, I mean, the good thing about the King of Wands is that I definitely feel this person has like physical attraction to you, right? Like we did have this card here. I do think that they feel chemistry with this connection. You know, there is still this partnership energy that's lingering. This wouldn't have come up if they didn't feel that you were like a partner to them in some way. But it just feels like right now, they need a little bit of time to maybe like feel better about something that's going on. With the 10 of Wands reversed, this is all about letting go of a burden, right? So there may be something that's been going on with this relationship, or again, external to this connection, that this person has been very stressed about. Like something has felt very burdensome to this person, and they're wanting to like let it go. They don't want the burden. They don't want the negativity, whatever it is. And so with Try Me being here, this is kind of about someone who's like upset. You can see it here. They're not in the mood. They're fed up with something. And again, we have things need to change going back to autumn. So they're wanting some sort of a change with the circumstances. And I do believe this has to do with whatever burdens this person feels that they're carrying on their shoulders. Again, could be specific to you, could be external. We also have the Ace of Swords reversed. So again, in terms of action, I don't really love seeing this here because this is talking about a lack of clarity, confusing conversation. And again, with cool with whatever, this is just a very lax, very chill, just kind of like indecisive energy. This talks about casual or no commitment here, right? So I can see like any communication that's coming through in the future with this person is probably going to leave you feeling really confused, because right now they're just in this chill vibes. They're very chilly in general with regard to the situation. So let's move into next the status deck just to get some more context here. But definitely kind of curious if you guys know, like, because it just feels like something happened between the two of you to make this person react this way. But I don't know. Let's see. So for pile 3, what's their next action? What's their person's next action with regard to this connection? What is this person's next action with regard to this connection? Something else I'm getting to, you guys, is that, remember I was getting like root chakra, heart chakra? Like I feel like this person may also know with the autumn card here that like they're going to have to, if they want that substantive relationship with you, that they also will have to change some things. And I just don't know if they're really in that place of being able to change right now. You know what I mean? Let's see. So we have intense. Expect lots of passion with this connection. And remember, too much of anything can be bad. So this is a person that has a lot of passion for you, a lot of intensity here, which definitely makes sense with that erratic activation card we got at the bottom of the deck. But a lot of times the things that burn the hottest can fizzle out really fast too, which it kind of makes sense looking at like your sun card reverse, all of your wands that are here, but then all of these really cold, frosty cards. It's like a lot of hot and cold that I see with this person. We have secretive. This one is hiding their real feelings. So they're definitely not doing the best job of expressing themselves. I'm seeing that here with the Ace of Swords. So it's like you guys are probably detecting that something is off with this person, but they're not. It's like they don't really seem to have intentions of being open and honest to let you know what's bothering them. They're just kind of acting in a different way, which I would be really frustrated with too. Let's get one more. We have trustworthy. You can trust this connection. So, I mean, this kind of goes with that chill card here, like the blowing bubbles, because this is all about trusting the process. So I kind of feel like this person is like, something about trust is coming through as important to this person. Maybe something about trusting you, or maybe you trusting them. But there's something here coming up in the future about trust that I think is going to be important to address. You guys also did have the cheater card at the bottom. Don't expect this one to settle down for you. This could be how they feel about you. This could be something that they're engaging in. We do have the secretive energy here. Maybe for some of you guys, this person is under the impression that you've been seeing other people, which is maybe this is what's upsetting them. because maybe they really thought of you as a partner, and then maybe they've made assumptions, or they think or have seen that you've been dating others, and they're not liking that. Whereas for others, I think that they could be projecting some of this onto you, and that's definitely a common thing to see. So let's go ahead. We're going to close this out, pile 3, just with some guidance, advice, reassurance for you as you move forward within this relationship. So for pile 3, what do they need to know going forward about this connection with their person? Ooh, too many. We have longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. So that's kind of interesting, because I think for you, underneath it all, maybe what Spirit is wanting you to know is that through this icy exterior, there is still passion here. This person does still have attraction for you. And maybe that's something you guys need to hear, especially if this person has been treating you very icy. They are hiding, right, with the secretive card, how they really feel. Let's just pull like one more. I'm kind of guided to do another one for you, pile 3. We also have decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. So you guys are being guided to make a choice. We also have healing at the bottom. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. This person, and maybe even you, my viewer, could be going through some sort of a healing process, or needing to go through a healing process. Some of this stuff that's going on with you and this person could be, reflection of things from childhood that need revisiting. But you guys are being guided yourselves at this time to kind of step into a decision. A decisive action is needed about this connection going forward. It does kind of feel like it's at a little bit of a breaking point, or it's at a point of, being off. If it's on and off, like this feels like it's a turning off point that's coming up next. So I think you guys are just being guided to reflect and kind of ask yourselves how you want to proceed. So taking your attention off of what this person is doing, and go within and say, okay, what do I actually want out of this? You know what I mean? What do I want from this connection? What do I want for myself in a relationship? And let's decide what we're going to do going forward so we can get rid of this back and forth. So pile 3, we are going to go ahead and close out your reading there, but I would love to hear from you down below in the comments how it resonates with your situation. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new content, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye.